to listen to what we have to say. Hey.
Hello.
First God's kingdom.
How's everybody doing? Hey, Rosie. What's going on, Jai? Good to see you, man. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Thursday Night Live. How's everybody's Thursday? I hope you had a great Thursday. I'm having a pretty good Thursday myself. And I'm looking forward to this next few minutes that we're going to spend together. Let's see, who else we got? So, today I'm not joined by Jody. Jody's she's actually really busy right now. She's got a lot going on, the game, and I think she's moving, which is there's a lot to do. So she's doing her thing. She says she misses you guys, and she's gonna join us next week. Next week Thursday. So this weekend, a friend of mine, a colleague, I would say, she wrote me a message on Facebook, and she says she's going through some personal things with her family, and she wanted me to talk about faith the next time I logged on, the next time I went live. She wanted me to talk about faith. So, faith, what's faith? You know, if you look at the definition of faith in the dictionary, faith is complete trust. And I know that if you follow me, you've heard me talk about this before, but faith is just complete trust, beyond doubt, that all is working out, that all is well, that everything happening to you in your life is happening for your highest good. And 2 days ago, I believe it was on Tuesday, I went on to an event in New Braunfels. It was called a Be Brave Extravaganza. And I spoke a little bit about this, that a lot of times when circumstances come at us, when life hits us and we don't like the way things look, and it's painful and it's ugly, and we just feel like we don't know what else to do, that we don't have any options, we often doubt that this very same thing happening right now is for us. That this is actually something that is trying to grow me and not something that is trying to destroy me. So you've heard me post this before about the story about honey, and I'll briefly say it again. There's a monk in Thailand who's one of my favorite, not in Thailand, I'm sorry, in Australia. He's the head of the Australian Buddhist monastery over there. His name is Ajahn Brahm, and if you want to know how to spell it, I'll write it in the comments. But he's got a channel, and it's an amazing channel. He's got all kinds of talks on all different topics. But he gave a story on honey, and it's a quite a long story. It's on my page. If you go to my notes, I believe it's called Notes, you'll see the whole story there. And that story, it's about when life. That everything in life, like every circumstance, anything that could be happening to you, there's always honey in every situation. There's always honey in every situation. And so a lot of times, you know, I think I would agree that most of us would say that we love honey, that we like honey. Honey's sweet, and it tastes good, and it's got great consistency, and it's good for you, you know. It's healthy for you. So if I bring you honey in a glass jar or in that teddy bear jar that it comes in, then you're going to know that it's honey, and you're going to want to take a spoonful of that and eat it, right? But what if I bring you honey in a rusted can full of holes, right? What if I bring you honey, or what if honey comes to you in a rusted can full of holes? More than likely, you're going to kick it. You don't want anything to do with that. Why would you want that can? It's ugly. It's got holes and it's rust. Well, the way it looks is just the circumstances. It's just the way it looks. But there's honey inside there. So it is our job to find the honey and not get so focused or bogged down or thrown off by the way the honey's coming at us, the way the honey's coming to you, because the circumstances are just that, they're circumstantial. Okay, so a lot of that comes from focusing too much on the physical experience. Like, I know that a lot of us have the background of a Christian background or a Catholic background, especially those of us who are Latino. We have that Catholic background. Okay, and so the body, and a lot of us know this, the body is the vessel of the soul. It's the physical vessel of the soul. Now we could say that the body is the vessel, then the soul is our truth. It's the truth of who you are. Okay? So that means that everything in the physical experience, everything in the physical world, everything that's connected to the physical is also a vessel. It's a vessel for truth. It's bringing a message that is trying to point the way at something bigger. There's a bigger story here. There's something you need to see. There's something that you need to realize about yourself so that you can realize your truth, so you can realize more of who you are, more of your potential, and you can bring that out into the world. Okay? And so a lot of the times, even though we know that and we believe, we have the belief that there's something bigger going on. We have the belief that everything happens for a reason. We have the belief that, God will never send your way anything that you can't handle. In fact, we may even have the belief that God will only send your way the experiences that are going to be the most beneficial for your growth. So why does it have to be painful? Why does it have to suck so much? Because we're creatures of habit. The only way we're going to break something is if we break ourselves. We have to feel it. We have to be shaken. We're like, man, that hurt. That sucked. So obviously you need to stop doing that. There's something there that needs to be stopped. A behavior that needs to change. A thought that needs to be changed. So that you can be better. And that ties into my talk on purpose, because we all have the same purpose. It's to help each other grow and be better. I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. Husband, boyfriend, children, grandmother, teacher, coworker, boss. We're all here to help each other see ourselves. Everyone in my life is helping me see myself better. Especially those that are closest to me. They help me see the most of me. And those are the hardest ones because they're so close to us. They're quote unquote, they're easier to get. They get us easier. They push our buttons easier. Right? So that's kind of what the faith is about, is trusting that what's happening right now, as ugly as it looks, trusting that it's for my highest good. My highest good. Even though, yes, it hurts my physical self, my lower self. It hurts it. And it's painful. And my mind cannot comprehend it. And my mind just wants to question and understand everything. And it doesn't make any sense. And I don't like it. And it goes against my personal preference. But that's at my personal self level. At my higher self, it's going to mature it. It's going to grow it. In turn, that helps my personal self, my physical self, be better in this world, in this human experience, which is a temporary one that we're experiencing right now. So when it comes to trust, one of the best ways I could tell you is the whole idea of the hindsight 2020. Hindsight 2020, we can look back 5, 10 years, 20 years back, and we can look at a painful moment in our lives, which I know that every single one of us, we've had painful moments in our lives, something difficult, something hard that we went through and that we survived. And if I were to ask you right now, how many of us have gone through something painful, you would be raising your hand. And the next question I would ask is, thinking back to that moment, hindsight 2020, was it beneficial for you? You're probably going to say yes. It probably was. It probably grew you. You probably realized something and you learned something. The problem is when we're in the moment right now, we didn't understand that. We didn't see it that way. Because looking back, we can connect the dots. It's easier to connect the dots. Well, here's where faith comes in. Here's where it comes in. if the dots connect looking back, then that means the dots are already connected looking forward. Can you trust that? Can you have faith? Can you have complete trust that this dot that you're in is helping you to get to the next dot, and that one to the next dot, all for the maturity and the growth for your spiritual maturity and your spiritual growth? Okay? That's what we have to have faith on, that it all is well. And I often tell my clients, in fact, today a friend of mine sent me a picture. I just posted it on my Facebook wall that said that a life coach is a person who tells you the things that you don't want to hear and points out the things that you don't want to see, so that you can become the person that deep down you've always known that you could be. Okay? That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to point the way at something that you already know. Maybe you forgot. I'm just giving you perspective. Okay? So I often tell my clients is that, for example, in interpersonal in relationships, couples. So if I tell someone, would it be beneficial to you to have a piece of technology that every time there was something about you that you needed to see, something about yourself that you needed to be aware of, so you can be better, so you can grow, so you can realize more of who you are, would that be beneficial to you? Maybe like a piece of technology that would buzz you every time you needed to know something about yourself. Like, hey, you need to look at that. You need to reflect on that. You need to analyze that. Maybe that needs to change. And I would say, most people say, yeah, that would be beneficial to me. But the funny thing is, you already have that piece of technology, and it's called your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Sometimes it could be a family member. You already have them. Because every time one of those people that are close to you does something that just pushes your button, the button is there for you to realize that there's something there for you. There's something there for you to look at yourself, reflect on yourself, so you can let go of it, change it, maybe improve it, or maybe it's just confirmation that you're doing something right. Looking in the mirror isn't always about seeing something wrong with you. Sometimes looking in the mirror of another person is because you need to see something good about you. It works both ways. Okay? But the question is, can you trust that no matter what conflict you find yourself in, it's working for you, not against you? I guarantee you it does. I haven't been through a single conflict in my life, especially since I've been aware of this journey of mine, of this spiritual journey, that it hasn't helped me, that it hasn't grown me, that it hasn't made me better and better and better. So when it comes to faith, that's what I wanted to share with you guys, and especially with the person that wrote me. Just trust. Have faith. Be still. Trust. It's all working out. There's something here for you. In the end, everyone is going to grow. Some of you may grow sooner than others. Everyone is on their own timing. Okay? But you got to have faith. You got to have trust that it's working out. Okay? So feel free to share some thoughts, your perspective, anything you might have realized on your personal journey that has helped you. You do agree, you disagree. Can you be with this and sit with it even though it may be rubbing you the wrong way? Share it, and I'd love to enter into a conversation with you, even if it's after the video ends. Just comment on there. So a couple of announcements is that March 10th, for those of you that live in San Antonio, March 10th, Friday night, we're going to be having a dance social. There's going to be lessons on two-step, West Coast swing, and salsa dancing. So for those of you that are interested in dancing and would like to maybe do it in a different environment, perhaps not in a club, maybe in a more intimate environment, this would be a good time for you to do it. Maybe for couples, maybe friends. So come out. It's going to be at the Ballroom Annex, which is off of Broadway, behind Salud, which is a bar behind Salud. Let's see what else. March 11th is the Global Community Day, which we've been talking about in our videos every week. Global Community Day, which is a day of loving, serving, and connecting with your community. And it could be an organization can do something. It could be a group of friends. It could just be you. And it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in San Antonio, Florida, Miami, New York, Houston, wherever you are, you can join us on that day and love serve your community in a good way, obviously. So there's a globalcommunityday.com. There's also the Global Community Day Facebook page. There's also the ONE, which is the another Facebook page, is the organizations that's hosting or helping organize the event, the ONE, or the one, O.N.E. So the ONE. What else? March. Oh, probably the following week. We're trying to organize an event with a person from Austin who does laughing therapy. So you need to be looking out for that. Laughing therapy. It's going to be awesome. She said it's a great exercise. So I'm really looking forward to that. So be on the lookout for that, because we're going to be posting what that's going to be, when that's going to be, what time, where. We're in the middle of planning that right now. And other than that, also keep in mind that I have my Dear Angel podcast on SoundCloud. So if you have any questions that maybe you don't want to post publicly, send me an email or a Facebook message. And what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll read it on the Facebook, on the SoundCloud podcast. I'll answer the question. I'll give my perspective. Usually, I like to add another quote from a famous teacher or someone, a philosopher or an inspiring person that relates to the topic, and I'll give my perspective of how that ties to the question. And then I'll find, and I do a really good job of finding a song that I can leave you with, so you can connect with it, and hopefully it inspires you and it resonates with you. And that's on SoundCloud. If you want to check out the first 3 episodes, it's already up. I do an episode a week. So it's soundcloud.com Lifecoachangel, and you can check it out. Other than that, I love spending time with you guys, and feel free to comment or give suggestions or topic ideas, like the person that emailed me about talking about faith. And I look forward to being with you guys next week, and Jody will be joining me then, okay? I hope you guys have a good night, and I love you.